Any confusion.
That's
Okay.
how I deal with Facebook.
Right? So we are officially live on Facebook for Freedom Friday. My name is Coach April. For those of you that watch us regularly, we are happy that you are joining us. And we've gone global in our Freedom Friday today. And we have, I loved it. The first time you said across the pond, I'm like, what? I didn't even know what that terminology was. So you teach me new language every day. So I have an amazing guest because we love on Freedom Fridays to talk about pretty much anything. And we are more than ecstatic to introduce a powerful leader in the UK, the founder of Canny Creative. And we found him, my son, the operations coordinator of One Light Ahead, was doing research as we were attempting to find somebody that could help us go global and really learn and be a resource across the country. And Tony had tons and tons of videos, tons of content, tons of resources that Eric watched diligently because he's quite the researcher. And he purposely said, it's time for us to look to this resource. And we got to meet Tony quite a while ago. And we're going to be sharing some very powerful resources that he's helped us with in the near future. And I want to make sure we put those in the comments later. But Tony, tell me what caused you to join us for Freedom Friday today. And thank you for joining us.
Okay, so I mean, thank you for having us. I'm Tony, founder of Canny Creative, and we've been working with One Light Ahead. I mean, since I think it was actually maybe the first week of lockdown. So here in the UK, I think they locked down somewhere the middle of March, I think, and I believe it was literally that week that Eric reached out to us. So we've been working with One Light Ahead on a pretty exciting rebranding project. Can we say that yet?
Absolutely.
Yeah, on a rebranding project for the last 6 months. It's finally nearly ready to go out. So April very politely and very nicely asked us to join her on Freedom Fridays today, which is exactly why we're here.
And you have tons and tons of wisdom to share in the branding process, as well as the website design, never mind the global process of, because you work with quite a few US clients as well.
Yeah, we work from clients all around the world. So out where you guys are in Tennessee, North Carolina, we've got clients in Toronto, clients in Japan and Sydney. So yeah, a whole range of global clients.
So you knew I was going to ask you a few questions. And the first question is, as you shared how we got connected, but the second question is, if you were to pick one nugget that our audience could walk away with, that would just be a powerful part of your journey, what would it be?
I think for me, everything we do, like, so I guess it's a traditional route to market for a design agency, which is make good work, go to some local networking events, build a network of people in a close kind of geographical area. And for us, that's not really how that story unfolded. I was like, what, 23, 24 when we started Canny. So I was really quite young. I didn't really have the confidence to go out to these networking events. So I kind of just did what I've always done and hide behind my computer screen, started typing up, writing content. And for me, that one nugget, I guess, would be like, we were writing content that we had no idea about keyword optimization or SEO or anything. We were just writing content that felt right for us, like stuff that we thought people would want to read when researching our business. And then randomly, I was away in Manchester seeing a band, and then we got an email from like the other side of the world, and it was like, "Hey, we've been reading your content. We're a company based in Japan, and we're launching this brand new product." And basically, this relationship came tumbling out of that. I think we only had 3 or 4 clients at the time, like on our doorstep. And then what I learned quickly from that story was that content was reaching all parts of the world, and you just don't ever know who's going to find that stuff. So my one takeaway would be, obviously now we've learned a little more, we know what people are researching and all that, but my takeaway would be create good content that is going to find a home and resonate with people.
And although I have one other question I've already prepared you for, I might have forewarned you that when you share something, it might cause another question. So the wonderful thing I know about Tony, though, is I don't know that there's any question you can't handle. Right?
Let's bring it on.
Bring it on. I love it. If you could summarize in that content conversation, because I read one of your LinkedIn posts that really hit home for me, that perception of good content when you said, if you know anything, write good content. And so
Yeah.
I almost have a two-sided question with it. The one is, something you said I really want to compliment and resonate with is we just wrote what felt right for us. And that got attention because it was authentic, it was real, it was what we believed. And so the other part of it is in the industry, especially globally, is we're learning some of the terminology we didn't even know. I learned the terminology Fortnite the other day, and I was like, what's
Fortnite.
that mean?
Yeah. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yes. So we all have our vocabularies, and so educate me what you mean by that good content, please.
Okay, so I guess when we started, we were making content that felt good to us. So we were writing. There was this great photographer, and he had went out and he took loads of photos of dogs underwater, and they're like, because they're underwater, they're pulling stupid faces. They looked hilarious, and it wasn't really related to branding or website design or anything we did, but it was creative, it was artistic, and then what kind of happened because of that is we shared it online, and someone's like, "Aha, have you seen all these photos of these dogs?" And then that kind of came tumbling out. So the post quality at the time wouldn't have been a good post, but it was good in the sense of it built the brand. It kind of, people found it interesting. And now, I guess, so that LinkedIn post, I guess, for context, was all about this day and age. People are going to say, we've tried blogging and it didn't work for us. But what they're probably putting out is 300-400 word posts that aren't researched. They don't know exactly what they're talking about with blogging. They don't know what to put in there to make it rank well or perform. And so what we say to our clients now is kind of like, let us help you construct these good posts that typically 2,000-3,000 words long. They go in depth about a very specific topic. And what happens then, you make the best post on the internet about the topic. And naturally, over time, Google finds out, people build links to that post, and you raise the awareness.
You said so much there, and yet, I mean, that's why they need to follow all your information, right? And they would go to Canny Creative and find all that, correct?
Yeah, or the YouTube channel now.
Yeah, your YouTube channel is powerful. Your LinkedIn posts are powerful. What I just heard you say, and it leads perfectly into the next question, is what you knew then and what you know now about how Google works, how resolution works, how imaging works, how to conversate, how to research, how to all the different details. When you're a brand new business, you're still learning, right? Never mind, even 10 years down the road, which we were experienced, I didn't know that. So the opportunity is to really get educated, find the powerful people that do this as their job. They've spent years researching and learning and growing to help you. And I loved how you said it, let us help you. So the last question, and then again, it might cause another question, but I'll forewarn you, is, and we attempt to keep these concise, as because we've also learned that people's attention span is always joyful, right?
Pretty short, yeah.
The opportunity is to share one perception you've had to overcome in your journey.
I mean, that's a multifaceted question. I guess like starting it out as a young guy, I'd literally just graduated uni, and I had an idea that was, okay, I'm really good at design, or I thought I was really good at design. Little did I know that was still a lot to learn. But at the time, I thought, okay, I'm pretty good at design. I'm going to start a design company. And the perception then was, well, you can't just start a design company. You'll just be a freelance designer, and you'll just be called Tony Hardy, and nothing will ever happen. You'll just kind of work as a freelancer, get paid, and that'll be the end of that. And from the start, I very much wanted a team. I wanted to grow an agency, but I guess the perception I had to overcome was like that you can actually do that, even though I still have no agency experience except the agency experience we've built here. So that perception is, okay, why would someone want to hear from us or work with us? Because I'd never done it before, the experience wasn't there. But then I guess fresh eyes, fresh ideas, fresh ways of doing things was why people would want to hear from us. Okay, we've tried it with other agencies who've done all this kind of thing before. It didn't really work. It didn't feel exciting. They weren't that bothered about us. We were small fish. So because they were coming to us, we could make clients feel good. They were big fish, a big deal to us. And that's the perception we overcame, is you can actually take something little and turn it into something big.
again, I love how you can say so much and so little. And then, so the gift of, I can speak of experience as a partner with you is, one of the things you helped us discover, and through our journey at One Light Ahead, we've been through a multitude of companies, as you knew, and this was our first experience actually having somebody walk us through the journey, and
Yeah.
and truly being partnership driven, and owning the opportunity to help discover. And like you said, I mean, I think what I'm hearing you say the most is from your own experience, you've learned what people need. And how would you
I
want to add
think
to that?
I think maybe like we've all paid out a lot of money for services or things and then felt let down. So I think for me, it was important that, okay, we've taken these clients in, they're trusting us to do this good job. We want to treat them like we would want to be treated. If you invest in $20,000, we want to make sure that that's right, and we want to take you through that journey in the way we would expect to be taken through that journey. I've handed over large sums of money and then heard nothing for 6 weeks off people, and then they've went, ta-da, here's your new piece of website content. And it's like, that wasn't really what I wanted from this experience.
Right.
So I think, well,
Go ahead. I think what?
I just think you should do a good job. You're a custodian of that person's brand. Like, they're trusting us to guard that with our lives and help them build it out. So it's insane to me that anyone would do it any other way.
There's so many truths in that. It's insane to me that anyone else. And I wholeheartedly agree. In the coaching industry, I chose that as well. I wanted each of my clients to feel valued, seen, and heard. I wanted them to know that they truly weren't just a number. They weren't just a transaction. They were truly somebody. And one of my clients said it the other day, I know you're 100% committed to my success. And that's what you've done as well. I love the way you said the custodian. How can I be? And what I tell people all the time, you're the CEO to the janitor. And and like you said, when you're invested as much as what your clients invested and wanting to see that result, it creates an impact. And so across the UK, and across the pond, as I have
Across
learned,
the pond.
it's a pretty, I mean, you still make the process, although it is you are looking for ideal clients that really want to be invested financially and time-wise.
Commitment to the process. What we want is clients that want to work together to grow something awesome.
I love that.
Like, that's what we want. Like, we don't want them people that are just like, oh, I just want this quick job doing, and then they'll never really speak to it again. We want to work. We want to meet them every week and discuss if we're in America and somewhere near, look, we're going to be on the ground. Do you want to meet up? Do you want to do coffee and beers? Do you want to go out for a meal? And like, it's that relationship building thing.
Or go see a basketball game, or
Go
something
see a
like
basketball
that.
game.
Yeah, that was for one of your members, right?
that was Glenn, our lead designer.
Yep.
He's dying to go and see some more American basketball.
Right. Well, is there anything I forgot to ask you about that you want to make sure our audience hears?
I don't think so. I think I might have just painted myself up in this kind of like light of we are perfect. With every client, we deliver perfection. But I think it's probably important to flag that actually, as you grow, as teams grow, there are struggles along the way as well. Like, it's really hard to keep on top of every single client. And of course, things fall through the cracks. But I think as long as you hit them, as long as you catch them, things that go wrong, and you apologize and you stay true to what you believe in. Look, I'm really sorry. We've dropped the ball here. We're going to put it right by doing X, Y, and Z. Then I think that's an important thing to take away as well. You can just be humble and admit you've dropped the ball. And then typically, if the relationship's good, you're going to be okay.
Again, power-packed conversation there, sir. And 100% agreed. And the terminology I love to remind people about is the gift of humble confidence. And I love what you just said is nobody is perfect. And we have a gift and an opportunity to serve. And we are going to fall short at times. And we are going to have moments where we miss something. And I love 100%. One of my partners I get to work with says, it's just missing the mark. And the opportunity is to refigure out where that target is and how we all align on that target, because we're all aiming for, and I love, create something amazing. And that is our perfect ending for the Freedom Friday today is we are ecstatic to continue working with you to create something amazing. And for our audience, make sure to check out Canny Creative. We'll make sure to share the resources on our comments and as we share the video. Thank you again for taking the time, Tony, and thank you for everyone for listening.
No problem. I'm going to just do a little bit of PR piece for you because you seem to have missed it off. Keep your eyes peeled on One Light Ahead's website, social media channels soon, and you'll see what we've been working on. Don't forget to do that for yourself. There we go. Thank you for having us. No worries at all.
Yes, I am ecstatic to share all the things you've been working on and that we've been working on to create and develop through the journey of, and I think that's a one last thing I want to say about that is the branding concept that you've helped people discover. Is branding is a definition that so many people get miscommunicated about. And I think that's something they can really ask you some more conversations about. So thank you for that.
No, happy days. I'm excited to share the work too.
Me too. Thanks, Tony. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye for now.